Hi everyone, welcome to Difference Frames the World, an independent channel where you can see the world differently. Today, we discuss America's racial discrimination, a heated topic after Donald Trump won the election on November 5, 2024. Since November 6, many African Americans across the U.S., including school and college students, have received racist text messages informing them to pick cotton on a plantation. FBI are investigating those messages, but no senders have been located and persecuted. The election was over, but the chaos continued. Donald Trump's victory sparked concerns about rising racial discrimination activities under Trump's new term. Under Trump's first presidency, from 2017 to 2021, the U.S. witnessed more racist crimes like Asian hate than ever. In 2020, the BLM movement rolled over the United States to promote anti-racism. Massive protests were ongoing nationwide, and hundreds of thousands shouted, "I can't breathe." A series of riots and demonstrations against police brutality began in Minneapolis on May 26, 2020, after George Floyd was kneeled to death by city police during an arrest. According to the video clip that went viral, kneeling on Floyd's neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds caused Floyd's death. Floyd cried, "I can't breathe," but all officers did not intervene. Chauvin, who kneeled Floyd to death, was sentenced to 22 years and 6 months in prison. Authorities also arrested the other 3 officers who looked on and stood by without stopping the brutality. The tragedy occurred under Trump's presidency, and the cry, "I can't breathe," echoed with his slandering of China, which caused severe Asian hate crimes across the United States. DFTW started uploading videos in June 2020, when Asian hate crimes plagued North America, trying to present a real China to English-speaking audiences in countries where people do not understand Chinese. Due to a handful of Western politicians' intentional slandering, and a few Western media's vicious misinterpretations, many Westerners regard China as either a monster threatening the West or a backward third-world country where millions of people live a miserable life with no electricity. A guy asked a question on Quora why only 5% of people in China have electricity at home. An answer from one netizen called J Tao, apparently a Chinese, is posted below for fun. Please note we do not correct any grammatical or spelling errors, because using electricity is considered as treason in China. The electricity is invented by the capitalist country, so the party won't allow us to use it. Every Chinese gets a panda when they turn 18, but if you use electricity, then you won't have one. Anna, we need the panda. It's our one and only government-issued, black and white, photo ID. Without them, we won't be able to access our government-funded medical insurance and 401k. So no, China, in general, does not have electricity. What we do have is something called replictricity, a cheap knockoff of the electricity. Is it legal? You may ask. And it's probably not. But copyright is practically non-existent in China, so it's all right. I mean, who's gonna sue us really? And this is probably why TikTok is being banned in the US. The product is developed originally in China using replictricity, once hooked into the electricity network, will generate a dangerous virus and attack all your government databases. The US government had figured it out eventually, but it's too late, we've already got all we need. Soon enough our national flag will rise on the roof of the White House. Hail Hydra! I mean China. We hope the above sarcastic answer will not mislead viewers to find the so-called replictricity in China, as one cannot put it in a container and ship it to the United States like other commodities. In China, Donald Trump is a comic figure capable of entertaining the world without asking for a ticket. Taylor Swift, who backed Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in the election seamlessly, is coming to Toronto shortly and charging her fans hundreds of dollars for a show, but Donald Trump is so much cheaper, as he does not ask for a penny from his audience, online or offline. Nearly 80 years old, the gentleman is still full of beans, and he is ready to fight illegal immigrants, about to deport millions of them back to their home countries. No one can tell how many illegal immigrants live and work in the United States, but at least in millions. Donald Trump's Vice President-elect, J.D. Vance, says the U.S. is ready to deport 1 million of them first. Critics have long accused Donald Trump of racist comments. For instance, he frequently refers to migrants from other countries as animals, stone-cold killers, the worst people, and the enemy from within. He even said other countries treated the U.S. as a giant garbage can because of immigrants who invaded the U.S. from the southern states. In his new term, he will not be content with building America's Great Wall to fend off Mexicans, but he will construct massive concentration camps to detain undocumented immigrants. He does not care about the so-called human rights protests from various groups. His old pal, Joe Biden, would pretend he cares about democracy and human rights, but he is not Biden. Trump is still that Trump who wants to dump whatever he dislikes. People from certain origins of country, American or non-American, should carry with them proof of identity and be wary on the street, as their faces might become the deciding factor of being scrutinized. During Trump's first term, he imposed strict controls on Chinese students, blaming many of them as spies and banning them from continuing their courses in the U.S. As a result, Chinese parents do not send their kids to the U.S. as they did before. According to a report from Tsinghua University, 11% of its graduates chose to study in the United States in 2018, but in 2021, the percentage dropped to 3%, meaning the U.S. is not their favorite destination for further education anymore. Such a plummet happened during Trump's first term, when Donald Trump labeled dozens of universities in China as related to the Chinese military. Trump's hostility to Chinese students proved to be vital to China's quick rise in the technology field. From 2017 to 2021, when Donald Trump was in power, international patent applications from Chinese inventors more than doubled, from 30,000 to over 60,000. In 2020, China surpassed the United States, becoming the world's #1 in international patent filings. Robert Atkinson, president of the Information Technology and Innovation Foundation, says there is never a country growing its patenting both at the rate and the volume as China does. China should thank Donald Trump for pushing top Chinese talents back to serve their country. Without Trump's pushback, China's leading institutions like Peking and Tsinghua universities will continue to be America's boot camps. Many Chinese scientists in the U.S., naturalized or not, are going to China and other countries because of American policymakers' animosity. As a result, the United States is suffering from brain drain. Stanford University published a report in July 2024, which revealed why more and more scientists of Chinese descent are leaving the U.S., from 900 in 2010 to 2621 in 2021. According to that report, nearly 20,000 China-born scientists left the U.S. by 2021. Two factors caused the dramatic change: China's pull factor and America's push factor. In 2018, the second year of Trump's first term, the U.S. Department of Justice launched a program, the China Initiative, to indict suspected Chinese spies in American research and industry. Since its inception in November 2018, the program targeted hundreds of renowned Chinese-American academics and scientists. According to that report, the China Initiative led to a 75% increase in departures of China-born scientists from the United States. The report cited an online survey that showed 1 out of 3 Chinese scientists in the United States felt unwelcome, 3 out of 4 felt unsafe as academic researchers, 2 out of 3 worried about collaborations with China, and nearly 9 out of 10 felt it was harder to recruit top international students compared to 5 years ago. When asked why they felt unsafe as academic researchers, 2/3 of them feared the U.S. government's investigation into Chinese-origin researchers and the country's widespread Asian hate violence. Apart from his enmity toward the Chinese, Donald Trump is also widely criticized for his banning of Muslims and hatred of Mexicans. The United States is a country of immigrants, and hundreds of millions of people from all over the world have contributed to its prosperity. Without immigrants, the United States is still a barren land. If Donald Trump strictly deports all illegal migrants back to their home countries, many small companies can hardly find enough low-cost labor to sustain their businesses. Not only will ordinary Americans have to pay more for necessities due to excessively high tariffs, but they also have to pay higher service charges because of labor shortage. Trump's anti-Chinese stance will force more Chinese talents to leave the country, making America suffer from brain damage. His forcible roundup and mass deportation of undocumented immigrants will not only incur sky-high costs, but will also cause massive human rights issues. His slogan, "Make America Great Again," will most likely become "Make America Gross Again," if he cannot deal with the conflict satisfactorily between different ethnic groups during his next term. Thanks for watching our videos, and please subscribe to our channel if you have not done that so you will not miss our uploads every day. Like, forward and share our videos with your friends, helping DFTW become a club with 1 million subscribers shortly. Thanks again.